Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing well and that you are ready to talk about email marketing. This is Mike Bitter, and tonight we are going to talk about growing your business with email marketing. We're going to talk about getting started. What does it take to get started and get going? But before we get started, I want to make a few shout outs. I want to shout out to Arizona. Arizona, wow, glad to have you here. Arkansas, California, District of Columbia, Florida, Georgia, Nebraska. Elisa, if you are here, welcome. Ticket Express here in Omaha, Nebraska. Eat Colorful, New Brunswick, Newfoundland. Wow. Thanks, guys, for showing up. Newfoundland, North Carolina, North Dakota, Northwest Territories, Oklahoma, Ontario, Canada. Welcome to all of our friends up in Canada. Do me a favor, let me know if you can hear me. I want to just do an audio check. If you can hear me, raise your hand, please, and let me know that you can hear me. And as we go on, okay, great. It sounds like I'm getting out, so that is awesome. And that was a good question, Dee. As you guys have questions tonight, go ahead and put them up. I got detained, and I apologize for that. I was looking at Constant Contact, and I saw some new functionality that I was really getting excited about. And when I looked up, it was like time for the webinar. And I apologize for starting late. I usually don't like doing that, but I'm going to show you some of the things that I found tonight. And found tonight a little bit earlier when I should have been starting the webinar. So this is me, Mike Bitter. I own Affordable Social Media. It is a social media marketing company. That's all we do is social media marketing. We've been doing that for about 8 years now. So we understand the industry. We understand what's going on with it. Part of our model is email marketing, and we have been email marketing for about 7 of those 8 years. What we did was when we started social media marketing, when we started getting into this, and if you think back about 7 or 8 years ago, there wasn't a whole lot to social media marketing. So when we got into it, everybody could tell us how to you know, blow up our Twitter account, blow up our Facebook, just grow them incredibly. And we were doing that, but we were having a hard time actually making conversions with people. And because everybody was on the social side of the house. And we're thinking that we need to do something about this. We need to figure out what's going on. So what we did was we incorporated email marketing. And so the way we have our business set up is our social network drives people into our email marketing system. And that's where we have found, or that's where we can make the most money for our clients is in their email marketing. And I believe in it wholeheartedly. Every day I see the examples. I keep seeing the results. I was going to say the repercussions, but I keep seeing the results from email marketing and email marketing the right way. So that's why I want to show you all. And tonight is the getting started with email marketing. So I get to show you the basics of putting things together. This is the start, but I have a 6-week block of webinars that I offer, and this is the first one. Next week, we're going to do some tips and tricks, and then every Wednesday night for the next 5 weeks after tonight, I'm going to have an email marketing program. So just keep up or just keep tuned in, and you'll find out about it. If you want to get in touch with me, send me an email at mike@asmomaha.com. I'm on Facebook. Send me a post. Put something on my timeline if you want. Shoot me a tweet on Twitter. I have my phone. I think my phone is set to go off. I just got a new phone, so I've got to check it. So when I get tweets that are sent to me, I know it. LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, definitely connect with me out there. And I looked through some of the people who had registered for tonight, and we need to get some more people on LinkedIn. And Friday mornings, I teach a LinkedIn webinar, or I have a LinkedIn webinar from 9 to 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. And if you want to find out a little bit more about it or sign up for it, just go to asmomaha.com/calendar. That is my calendar of where I'm going to be next and what I'm going to be teaching. One of the things that we found out, or we found, or that, if you're doing any kind of social media marketing, is that today's marketing is about building relationships. It's about building relationships with each group within the big group, finding what people like, building that relationship so they trust you. And when I started putting my business together, um, that is what I built my business on, was relationships more so than customers and clients, because what I was looking for was an income stream. I wasn't looking for to have to sell every day. And what I found is, by building relationships, that becomes your income stream. You have people who are advocates of yours that are talking to other people because you spent time building that relationship. So that is very important. Another thing that I like sharing is, this is Gail Goodman's overview of engagement marketing. And Gail Goodman is the CEO of Constant Contact. And I've met her several times, and I'm impressed with her. I'm impressed with what she does with the company. But this is how she views engagement marketing, is that this is the door to your store, to your product, to your business. It could be a storefront, it could be a website, maybe it's a Facebook page, maybe it's eBay, an eBay store. But whatever it is, this is where people come in. This is where people enter your business. And this is what we should strive to do, is provide that wow experience when they come in. Because when they come in and you provide the wow experience, they want to be there. So they're more likely to come back. They're more likely to partake in what's going on. But the other thing we can't forget is enticing them to stay in touch. When they leave your establishment, whether it's your website, Facebook, your retail store, your office, whatever it is, entice them to stay in touch, either on Facebook, LinkedIn. What we want to happen is, we want to grab email addresses. That would be nice, so you can market to those people who've been to your store. When you entice them to stay in touch, now that you have the information, what we want to do is, we want to engage them. Talk to them after they leave your establishment. Engage them with discussions. If you're running a promotion, maybe you're going to have an event or a webinar, or if they purchase something through your store, maybe 2 for 1. And so we want to get people talking, and you want to connect with them. I know there's some places I've gone in and I've given them my email address and I never hear from them again. And it's like, wow, I've thought I would hear something from that business. So when you engage with people, what happens is, that finishes out this circle back to, they come back. You've provided the wow experience, enticed them to stay in touch, you've engaged them. But the other thing that's going to happen is when you're engaging with them, you may be engaging with them on a discussion, in a discussion on Facebook. Maybe you're going to have a Facebook event, or a poll or a survey, maybe on LinkedIn. And when you do things like this, other people start seeing it, and that's called social visibility. Whenever you engage with people, especially through social media marketing, other people are going to see that. And what that's going to do is that's going to cause, or that's what social word of mouth is. People talking through the social networking about you and your business, that's going to drive comments and shares. We're looking for ratings of people that have been there, and this is where you're going to bring the new prospects back into your door for the first time. This is how Gail Goodman sees engagement marketing, and I agree with it, and I like this model. We've seen it happen over and over. And what we're looking for with our clients is this right here, social visibility. Because if we keep our clients happy, they keep coming back. But what we want to do is we want to reach the people who they know. And we can do that through social visibility. Email marketing is one part of that. Email marketing is one part of social visibility. And whenever you're email marketing, or whenever, you're marketing your email, this is what you want to do, because you're building that relationship. It's not constantly just sell, sell, sell. You're delivering professional email communications to an interested audience. You're not putting something out there that is maybe from Microsoft Outlook or maybe a Gmail. This is something that's branded. This is something that's professional, that you've taken time and you've put together. At the top, there's the logo at the top. There's some other things, like here's connectivity to their social network. And what they're doing is they're driving people from your email marketing into your social network. And you want to do that. You want to keep people engaged in you. It's an interested audience because these are the people who said that they want to know more about you. One of the clients that we have it's a fast food restaurant. And when people come in and sign up for their newsletter, they're interested. They've come into the restaurant. Chances are they've come into the restaurant to eat something, and they're going to be coming back. The other thing that you want to do is put valuable information in your emails. Tell people what you do, how to do it, so they know that you're the expert at what you do, and give them tidbits of information that they can use, something that they find valuable. That will keep them coming back. So, as far as email marketing, excuse me, as far as email marketing goes, let's get started and take a look at it. I've had a little bit of a frog the last few days. Excuse me. I apologize for that. But I've had a frog the last couple of days, and I don't know what's going on with it. I can't seem to get rid of it. I am going to bring up, oh, there it is, Constant Contact. I already have it up. And this Constant Contact is the Constant Contact Toolkit. And when you first open it up, this is what you're going to see. And for me, this is kind of like a dashboard, but it also kind of blows my mind because there's a lot of information going on here and it doesn't seem to be sorted. This top one, Facebook page setup, it's a survey. The next one is a newsletter campaign. The next one is another survey. The next one is another newsletter. So they're kind of just broken up, and it appears that the way that they are arranged could have been the way that the last time that someone worked on it. So what I want to do is when I start here, I like going to my campaigns, because what I want to do is I want to look at my campaigns and see what's happened with them. And I know we're just getting started with email marketing, but I kind of want to show you the process that I go through, because it won't take long before you have several emails out the door. The first thing is look over on the left side. What I did, if you didn't see it, over on the far left in that column, I was in home, and now what I want to do is I want to go to campaigns. When you first go into Constant Contact, it takes you to home, so you're going to see the most recent activity. Then we're going to click on campaigns. Now, it's still not necessarily in any kind of order, but because if you look, there's a newsletter email. The next one is an event promotion, newsletter email. There's a Facebook downloadable content. So what I do is over on the left, not all the way to the column, there's my campaigns, and I go all the way to the bottom under activity type. And all I want to see is my newsletters and announcements, because that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is newsletters and announcements. But at any time, if you want to, see where it says create over on the far right-hand side, there's a rectangle toward the top. It's yellow. It's with white letters, says create. And anytime you can click on that and create anything. Well, let me click on it. You can create an email. You can do an autoresponder, automate your emails, and I'm going to talk about autoresponders in a couple of weeks, because what'll happen with an autoresponder is when you put someone's name into your database, they will start getting a string of emails from you, and you can figure out how far apart they get those emails. It's a great way to introduce someone to your business without you having to send them an email right away. So I really like autoresponder. Yes, I'm thinking in about 3 weeks, I am teaching about autoresponders on my Wednesday night email. And the next one is if you want to run a promotion, grow Facebook fans. Yes, you can do this in Constant Contact, and they're having a lot of luck with this. Running a promotion is really similar to Groupon. If you've ever used or heard about Groupon, that's what run a promotion is. Event registration, so you can do all of these things from here. If you want to create a survey, or even if you want to collect donations, all of this is already set up. But what we want to do is we want to send an email. So what we'll do is we'll click on send an email. But before I do that, I'm going to go back to where we were. I showed you create, and if all you want to do is come in and create an email, you can even do it from the home. So I'm going to go back to home where we started. I'll click on that. And over on the right-hand side where it says create, I'm going to click on create. And we're right back to where we were a minute ago, back to send an email. So this time I'm going to click on send an email, because I want to talk about templates and things, and then this comes up, and there's another decision to make here. If I'm going to drop clear to the bottom, you can code your own template. If you have somebody that writes code, they can code you a template. This is where they would go in and they would select create. But I don't have anybody that does that, and I'm kind of happy with the templates that are in Constant Contact. So it says start with a template. So I'm going to select, select, and then the next thing that's going to come up is these are all of the templates. These are all of the templates that we have to choose from, and you can go down through them and kind of take a look at each one of them. One of the things that I want you to notice as we go through here is some of them are mobile friendly. You know it's mobile friendly because it has the smartphone in the bottom right corner. So let's keep going down. You'll see some that are not mobile friendly. And we'll keep going. There's a nonprofit event. There's retail sale, feedback request, fundraiser, volunteer newsletter, banner promotion. That is not mobile friendly. So you kind of see there's a whole lot of templates that are in here. So let me go back up. Actually, what I want to do is I'm going to go back down because there are a lot of templates. I'm going to see if I can, there we go. There's a lot of templates that are for holidays. Here's Giving Tuesday, um, Leprechaun Day, St. Patrick's Day, Hanukkah, Independence Day. Here's July 4th, Happy Labor Day, Happy Lunar New Year's. So Constant Contact has gone in and they've made a lot of templates for certain holidays. Happy holidays, season's greetings. Wow, that's kind of like a black season's greetings. There's Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa. If you want, and most of these are just a single column. This one has a left sidebar, but you also notice that it's not mobile friendly. So, excuse me. So let's go back up to not to the top, but let's choose one of these templates. The next thing that we have coming up is the 4th of July. So let's choose the 4th of July. Actually, instead of choosing it, underneath, if you want, underneath the Happy 4th of July, I can either select it or I can preview it. I like previewing templates because now what's happened is over on the left-hand side, it shows me all the other templates that have to do with holidays that are coming up. And I can choose one of those if I like. But with this one, I kind of like it. It looks nice. It looks happy. It would be something that I could send out for the 4th of July. So let's see if it is on the left. There we go. Happy 4th. And let's go clear to the top. What I want to do is, okay, there we go. We can select it. I'll click on select. And what will happen is now it opens up to like your drawing board or your dashboard. And this is where you get creative. Now you have it. Now you have your email in front of you. Now what can you do with it? So the first thing that we did was, the first thing that we did was we went in and chose the template. And I showed you how to go and look through all of the templates for one that you wanted. Once you choose your template, you can start making changes to it. And when you roll your mouse over the top, you'll see each one of the areas that you can make changes to pop up. Like this one is the subtitle. That's a divider. Underneath that is a heading. Underneath that is content. And any of these I can change. Well, the first thing is it's going to be 2015. So let's go to the subtitle, and I can do one of two things. Either I can click on it and open it up, or I can click on the pencil that is over on the right-hand side to edit the block. It's a pencil. To the right of the pencil, I can copy that block. To the right of that, I can delete it. If I go all the way to the left, I can drag this block wherever I want, and you can see the outline of the block as I move it around. So you can kind of choose wherever you want it. You know, maybe you like the date on top better than you do on the bottom. And let me pull it down under Happy July 4th, but I'm going to click in this block. Well, yeah, let's click in the block, and you notice it opens up, and at the top, you'll see it looks like a Word document type of menu bar, and the, there's the font, Times New Roman. It's 36 point, the color. So what we want to do is we want to go in, and I clicked on it. So let's change it to 2015. So that looks good. And while we're in here, let's change the background color. That's white, but maybe we would like to have another color back behind there. So let's go up to the bar, our little drawing bar or our master bar. I don't even know what it's called. I just use it all the time. And the paint bucket is for the background color. Just click the down arrow, and these are all of the colors that we can select. If you have the number of the color, you can select more colors and put that in. Like this is number 888888. But what I want to do is let's make this background color a yellow and see what it looks up against the blue. That doesn't look bad. And let's go out of that. And when we go out of this, we need to save it. It's going to force you to save the block, what's in the block. So I saved that, and now I don't like the color because it's all square. I'll go back into it and click on it. I go to the bucket, and I'm going to change it back to white. There's white. And save that. Okay. So we have that part of it done. Let's go down into content. And this is really where what you do is very important. It's putting the right content in this area. One of the things that I did with one of my clients is they did like a Happy July 4th, but to kind of tie it in and market themselves, it was Happy July 4th, but we're going to be closing at 12 o'clock on July 3rd, and we're not going to open up again until 8 o'clock on July 6th. So you're telling people your hours so they don't call July 3rd at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and wonder where people are, because you've already told them in your email. You want to thank them for being clients of your company. You want to make sure that you mention your company because we are also marketing you, and you're going to want to brand this and brand it so people can get in touch with you. So let's go in. Let's see, when I hovered over, there's the content right in the middle, and we want to edit. So I'm going to double click. Either I can click on the pencil, or I can double click in the box, whichever one you like to do. I double clicked in the box, and now everything in this box is fair game to make changes to it. For instance, if I want to, I can, let me see if I have a Word document I can get my hands on real quick. And Word is coming up. Let's bring back our desktop, and what I'm going to do is, so you can see, I am looking at a Word document. I'll go ahead and open this up. As a matter of fact, this is the webinar on autoresponders. Wow. So what I'm going to do, let's say I want to tell people about the autoresponder seminar. So what I'm going to do is highlight it, and copy it. So now I've highlighted it and copied it. I'm going to go into this area, and I've highlighted everything in there. And watch what happens when I paste into that area. There is the exact same thing that we pulled off of the Word document. And you can cut and paste any document information that you have. You can cut and paste it and put it in your content area. So, but one thing is missing. And what I did was I said, don't forget, we'll continue with our webinar series about how to grow your business, da-di-da-di-da. There's no charge. But how do I get more information? Oh, I look over on my Word document and there is the link. But what do I do? What do I do? How do I get the link into this block? What I do is with something like this is I will go down maybe 1 or 2 lines and say something like, for more information and registration, click here. I know that's basic, click here. So let's go back. Now that we have that, what we're going to do is, I'm going to highlight this because I want to take people to the registration, and in the upper right of our little drawing box, it says insert link. There's like 3 chain links there. Click on that. This box opens up and says, okay, just go clear to the bottom. Don't worry about anything else on there. It says link URL. This is what they want. And if you remember, see on this page, I have a URL at the bottom. I'm going to copy this. Let's go there. I am going to copy the hyperlink. So I'm assuming it's copied now. Where it says link URL, click in there. And I'm going to paste right there. There's the link. I want to insert, select insert. And there is, now that has turned into a hyperlink. That will link people to the sign up for the webinar. And quite frankly, yeah, we'll leave it like that. I'll just leave the whole piece. I would have liked to have seen like the front part of it, something like that part of it maybe in black ink rather than the whole thing being a link. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to show you how to put a link into email. First thing you do is highlight the words that you want the link to be a part of. There is no charge. Select the link in the upper right. It says insert link after a while. When I click on that, this is where you put the link. We'll go right there and paste it. Pasted the link. I'm going to insert it, and now we have another link. Save that. Let's say we're done with that box. Let's save that. But see, we can't check that link. And before you send it out, you need to check the link to make sure it works. Make sure any links that you put into your email, that they work before they go out and that they go to the right place. Okay, there was something else I was gonna say, but I'm gonna leave it at that for right now. But let me show you how to check that link. We've already, when we were here, we already did one save, and we're assuming that that saved that block. Go to the top of the email, and there is a save over on the far right, and we want to click save on that. Okay, now we've made sure we have everything saved. Let's go to preview. Preview is just to the left of save, that orange or yellow box that says save. Click on preview, And now all of your links are hot. All of your links will work. So if I go in here, see how when I move my cursor over the top, it changes to a finger? So let's click on it. The webinar has ended. There's Grow Your Business with Email Marketing Autoresponder. The webinar has ended. So you see how I did that? I set that up. And now when someone gets my email, they will have this information. All they have to do is click on it. There is no charge. That's a link also. Boom, takes me to the same place. So now we know the links work. Let's go back. We've talked about templates. We've talked about color. You can do the same thing with color. I'm highlighting content. I clicked on it and go to the little, if you want to change the color of this box, go to the bucket and let's make it a light green. There we go. And save it. And there we go. Now you've colored that block. One of the things that people also wonder about is, what do I do about content? Or where do I get content? You already have a lot of content to share and to share with people, just probably on your hard drive, because you have access to information that I don't. And that's what you want to share with people. Share with them information that they don't have access to, because then that makes you the expert at what you do. But I'm going to show you something else that Constant Contact, another one of the features of Constant Contact. Okay, I'm going to go back into the content block, click on it. I am going to go to the last sentence, to the end of the last sentence in that block, and I'm going to do a few line feeds. And that gave me some room to work. I'm going to show you a trick here. This is a way to import content, and you can import it from any blog. Go to the right into Constant Contact. The very bottom says attend my events. So this would probably be something that I could put in, a click button for the events that I just showed you how to do a hyperlink. But look right above that. See where it says blog content? Watch what happens when I click on it. This is a blog / RSS content, and it says enter the feed. Where do you want us to get information from? So what I'm going to do is, one of my clients has an envelope feeder system, and I know what is on their blog because we put it there. I know the information is there, so we're going to go to their blog, which is vipfeeders.com, HTTP. I think we're good there. And watch what happens when I select retrieve. It ghosted at the top, insert, and cancel at the bottom. Okay. These are like the last, 8 or 10 posts from VIP Feeders blog. Constant Contact went out there and pulled this information and brought it in. If you read a blog, or there's a blog out there about your business, that's all you have to do is put the URL in of the blog. Constant Contact will go out and pull the stories back. What you can do is you can select which ones you like, or if you want to use all of them, click on the square at the very top, just to the left of title, and it will select all of them. But that is an awful lot. So I'm going to unselect all of them. And there's one that says We Are Print Technologies, Memorial Day for those that gave all, and protect special papers by binding them into a book, part 2 of 2. VIP Feeders also sells large printers to businesses, and they have like a print shop in a box and things like that. Okay, so we've selected 3 stories that we like, but the other thing that I want you that I'm trying to find the little thing to pull it down, but it says how much content do you want to display in your email? And there's summary, and I believe the next thing is full. I can't even read it underneath there, and I'm not sure how to open it up. But what I like is a summary because it's basic. It's just a few lines. So we've chosen the 3 stories. We've selected summary down underneath. I'm going to select insert, and look at what happens in this block that we created. The first story is protect special papers by binding them into a book. Memorial Day for those that gave, and we are Print Technologies. For some reason, there is not a link on the Memorial Day. I don't see one anywhere, but we'll leave it for right now. So what it did was Constant Contact went out there. It went to the VIP feeder site and it pulled 3 articles for you. If there's a blog that you write, why not repurpose the material that you've written and put it in your email also, unless you've already sent it out as an email. So this is a great way to get content. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of it because I want it to all be the same font, the same size. So I'm going to select it, make it all 12-point Calibri. And then I'm going to go in here and probably separate that out, so there's a little bit of space between them. And watch when I save it. This is what it looks like, and you can make other changes to this. If you don't like the color, you can change that back. If you don't like the font, we can go in. I just clicked on it again. I can go in and delete the date and time if I want. All I did was highlighted it, hit my backspace, and that was gone. Let's highlight this, hit my backspace, that's gone. I hit my backspace again. And so you kind of see how you can change it up. I'm going to turn this back to white. So I clicked on the little paint bucket, clicked on the white, and my background turned back to white. Let's save this. And that's what it looks like. Let's go to the top. Let's do another save. And let's preview what we've done. Let's go down and protect special papers by binding them into a book, part 2 of 2. There's actually 2 links here. This is a link, and down here is the call to action that says continue reading. Constant Contact put that in there for you. So when I click on it, where do you think it's going to take me? It's going to take me back to their blog. Now, if I didn't know that they had a blog, now I do, because I let them know through my email marketing that I do have a blog. My blog has interesting content on it. Come over here and take a look at it. So here's the article. It took me right back to their blog, or in our case, it would be our blog. Let's click on Memorial Day. Okay, there is a link. I'm going to click on that. And there we go. There's a happy Memorial Day that we put up for them. So go back to our email, and I'm going to click out of this X on the upper right. And so what we've done so far is I've shown you how to go into a block, how to change things, how to change colors in a block, how to bring in content from other places, which when I clicked on the block over on the right-hand side, you saw things change. There's blog content. So I showed you how to do that. Whenever you send something out, another thing that I like with Constant Contact is this little widget over on the left called Forward to a Friend. And if you believe in your emails enough, go and click on that, click on it, hold it down, drag it across, and drop it into your email. All this is asking you is, what do you really want it to say, or do you want to pick some other colors? I mean, they've got a multitude of colors. This is what it looks like. Forward to a friend. I'm going to insert it. We want to put in forward to a friend. If you feel confident enough about the information that you've put into your email, give them the capability of forwarding that email to somebody else. Okay, I want to show you one other thing before we start wrapping up. And so I also showed you links. I'm also going to show you how to put an image in. So I've clicked on the block. We're in the block. I want to put a picture right over here on the right-hand side. So let's go back to image, grab image, and drag that in just like we did a friend. And let's drop it where we want it. And it's asking me, which image do you want to drop in there? So let's see if there is let's grab this email marketing one and let's insert it. Whoop, that was pretty big. Well, if you get something that's pretty big like this, go to the little sprocket, little down arrow, say I want to change it. You'll go back to this area. It's another area that you can edit things, especially your images. Down at the very bottom is a slider. And when you slide this, you can make your image smaller and make it to about the size you think it'll fit. Go to the right again, select insert, and there it is. But I really don't like where the words are, so that's called padding. So we go over the image again, click on the down arrow, and let's change padding and see if that makes a difference. Let's decrease it. Nope, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. So it's still, what I'm looking at is this sentence goes across. It says it is no longer, and then there's this huge break in here, required that you perform the labor-intensive task. So I really don't want that. I want the words to form around it. So let's see what happens if we put it on the right-hand side. Let's put it over on the right. Okay, that's kind of how I wanted it. Actually, I wanted it a little higher. Let's see if we can do that. Nope. So I may have to start over if I wanted it higher, but now the words go around it, as opposed to there being a big gap in between the paragraphs. So what I just showed you was how to bring in an image. All we did was we clicked on this block that we're in, the content block. We went to image. We drug the image across, and then Constant Contact asked us, which image do you want to use? That's kind of a cool LinkedIn image. So let's insert that and see what happens. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't want that, so let's delete it. Let's save this. And this is what our email looks like now. And there's a lot more things that we can go into, and a lot of things that I haven't had time to show you. We have time for one more thing. What I want, if you find that, okay, we have a content block, and let's say you want to have more than one block, more than one content block. Yeah, let's just leave this block. If you go to the right, to the left, the column on the left at the top, it says blocks. Click on blocks, and Everything that's on here, like this is a heading, this is content, these are dividers, all of these pieces of the template are on the right-hand side. Here's a spacer, there's the heading, there's content, there's your divider. So if I want another content paragraph or another content area, I can grab it, bring it across, and see how the dashed line showed up. I can go down and those will move around. There we go. So there's your new content block. All we did was went over to the content block and drug it across and dropped it where we wanted it. So let's say we want to put a divider between those two content blocks. This is a divider at the bottom, but there's also a divider over on the left side. So I grab it and I drag it across, and let's put it in between the two content blocks. And if I let go, hopefully it's a star with a red tail on it. And I let go, and look at that. It's a star with a red tail on it. So now I have created two content blocks, have the stars with the red tails, and we have our happy July 4th email ready to go. From here, all we do is save it, and then we continue through the process. But for right now, all I wanted to do was show you. I tried to back up and it doesn't want to let me back up. All I wanted to show you was how to choose a template. Uh-oh. Let me go back in, and it was saved, so it should be at the very top. Okay, here we go. Let's click on it and it should open it back up. But what I wanted to show you was how to choose a template. So we walked through that. We chose the Happy July 4th, how to change the colors. And I showed you how to change colors in the background. You can just as easily change font colors. In the header, I selected the fonts I wanted, the font colors I wanted to change. And if you go straight above that where the A is, click on the down arrow, and I can change it to orange if I want. And now I've changed it to orange. And I've showed you a really cool way to get content by using the blog content button that was down at the bottom on the right with Constant Contact. So then you don't have to worry about bringing in a lot of different content if you know that there's a place that content exists. So let's get back to this. So where do we go from here? What do we do here? I would love. Well, let me go. Let me show you Quick Starter first. Social Quick Starter. Socialquickstarter.com is a great place to get information. Constant Contact has put this information there. It's free. You don't have to give Constant Contact your email address or your credit card number, anything like that. Just go to socialquickstarter.com. There's information, social media, email marketing, email plus social media on the far right, Facebook, all kinds of information on Social Quick Starter. The other things are, if you want to sign up for a free email marketing trial, whoops, going the wrong way. You can do that through Constant Contact. If you decide to sign up for an email marketing trial, what I do is I will put your name into my autoresponder, and it will give you information about how to start putting your email together and how to get it out the door. If you decide to sign up for Constant Contact, what I would prefer, there's a link at the bottom, asmemailmarketing.com. And what I would prefer is that you go out, that is my site, because I am a constant contact local expert, and then I know that you've signed up for it, and I can kind of watch and make sure that I catch your name. Um, if you want to sign up for constant contact and pay the $20 a month, which is what it costs for 500 or less email addresses, if you sign up on asmemailmarketing.com and you pay for, if you sign up for a trial and you let me know that you want to start actually paying for constant contact, I will pick up your first month of constant contact. I'll pay for that. And what we'll also do is give you a website match to where Constant Contact will put a template, they'll drop it in your Constant Contact account that looks exactly like your website, and you get an hour of my time to sit down and I walk you through email marketing. You also have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee with this. At any time, if you want to quit, if you don't want to do email marketing anymore, you can do that. So that is email marketing. If you want to get started, I'd love to see you using Constant Contact. Don't forget, register for our free webinars. There's a couple of ways. One is at constantcontact.com, and those are all of the Constant Contact webinars and seminars that are going on. But I also have a calendar of where I'm speaking next. And if you go to asmomaha.com/calendar, you'll see my calendar. This is what we did tonight, our webinar of getting started with email marketing. Tomorrow, I am going to be teaching a seminar, Advanced LinkedIn, and then I'm going to repeat that as a webinar on Friday. A webinar, LinkedIn, it's Advanced LinkedIn and Email Marketing. We're going to talk about how you combine the two of them. And then next Wednesday is Grow Your Business. I'm going to teach you next Wednesday night how to build your lists. And then next Friday is another LinkedIn tips and tricks to build your business with LinkedIn and email marketing. Again, I'm combining them. You can go to my calendar, asmomaha.com, and sign up for any of my seminars or any of my webinars right on the site. If you'd like to know if you'd like to get a notification newsletter, over on the right-hand side, it has a sign up for my newsletter. And I think that is just about everything. We already talked about social media quick start. And this is me again, Mike Bitter. And if you want to get in touch with me, feel free to. Oh, okay. We've got some questions. Let me get to the questions before we go. Are there a certain number of templates that we can use? No, there aren't. You can use as many of those templates as you would like to use. Use different ones. I worked with a person who used a different template for every holiday, and it was awesome. He liked to send it out. His readers like to get the different templates, so you can use as many as you want. What if I need help? What do I do if I need help? We all need help at one time or the other, and I am trying to find my, there, that's what I was looking for. If you need help, go to the upper right corner and you'll see the phone number to the help desk. Give them a call. I believe they're one of the best customer service of any company I've ever been to. Also, right next to that, at the top is helps and tips. This is a great place to get information. There's getting started, beyond the basics, support and resources, just all kinds of information. We want you to be successful, and Constant Contact wants you to be successful. That's one of the reasons that we have these webinars. What about more training? What about more training? Where's there more information? More training, I showed you, you can go to Constant Contact's calendar and see what Constant Contact is offering. I'd love to have you come to another one of my webinars or even show up at my seminar. Just go to my calendar, which is asmomaha.com/calendar, and you'll see my ugly mug there, or just Google Mike Bitter and my calendar should pop up. All right. Are pictures copyrighted? Okay, you've got to be careful about using pictures, especially other people's or some that maybe you get off of somebody else's website, because people are copywriting their pictures. That is intellectual property. Constant Contact does offer it's what they call My Library, and when you have My Library, you have access to like 250 pictures and banners that you can use across the top. They're all paid for. Constant Contact is paid for them, and you can upload images, your own images, into Constant Contact. If you don't have My Library, you can only upload 5 images. But if you have My Library, I think it's My Library, or it's called My Library Plus, you can upload as many images as you want. You're not restricted to just those 5 images. I think My Library Plus is like an additional $5 a month. But if you call them at that 855 number at the top, they will tell you, they can tell you. Okay, that is all the questions. Like I said, if you go to asmemailmarketing.com and you sign up for Constant Contact, I will pay for your first month of Constant Contact. It's asmemailmarketing.com. And if not, you can sign up for a 60-day free email marketing trial, and it doesn't cost you anything, and you can use everything in it. So that is it for tonight. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Have a great evening. Go forth and be prosperous. Good night.